So what will foreign policy look like during a Biden administration? We still have some 70 days plus before inauguration, so we need to be a little measured in our analysis. But here are three takeaways that you can take to the bank. First, fixing America's broken house. That's going to be the preoccupation of the Biden administration. He'll face the greatest challenge of national recovery since any president since FDR. Multiple crises, economic, threat to public health, crisis in America's institutions, and severe polarization. And he's going to have limited bandwidth to waste on foreign policy. At the same time, there is the foreign policy paradox that an American president, if he finds his domestic initiatives bogged down, can always pivot to foreign policy where he has more discretion and leeway to pursue certain initiatives. Second, low-hanging fruit, that it's Biden and not Trump will go a long way to reassuring allies and injecting some measure of normalcy into our diplomacy. The fact that you'll have a president who looks like a president, who acts like a president, and who is interested in a measure of leadership in the world will go a long way. And a great deal can be achieved through executive orders and actions. Biden will join the Paris Climate Accord. He'll rejoin the World Health Organization. He'll repeal the Muslim ban, and he'll reinstate the Dreamers program. All of these things can be done relatively quickly. He'll also repair through phone calls and visits relations with our NATO allies, with the European Union, with South Korea, and importantly, he'll create a rhetorical frame of reference that will stress diplomacy, American leadership, and values. Second and third, let's be very clear. We're going to face incredibly difficult challenges in the next 4 years. The world has changed, and frankly, not for the better. COVID-19 is the most internationally and nation-altering event since the end of the Second World War. And frankly, it has created an environment that is going to make international problems much more difficult to resolve. It's reinforced competition over cooperation. It's reinforced the quest for national sovereignty on public health, on security, on borders, and on the economies of these nations. And you're going to be dealing with powers, great and small, China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran, who simply will not bend to America's will. Biden will have to husband his political capital and involvement and concentrate on those issues that directly affect American security and prosperity. There are three. Number one, doing something serious at home and abroad about climate. Number two, trying to prepare for the next pandemic once we figure out a way through vaccination and therapeutics to deal with this one. And finally, to deal with China, the world's second most consequential country, to find a balance between cooperation and competition that stops the free fall in the US-China relationship. And finally, I believe we will be able to find a way through. Our own interests compel us to be involved in the world, and frankly, a better world compels us to be involved as well.